Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to Infosyte's webinar, CISA versus CISM. Which ISACA certification fits you best? Okay, so I'm Priscilla, your host, and I'm so excited to have you all with us here today. So right before we start, I would just like to make sure that everyone has your coffee, tea, or energy juice right next to you because I'll be needing your attention for the next 1 hour, okay? At 120% if it's possible, okay? And I can already um see that this session is going to be a personal favorite for some of you because I feel like the ones who join, you're looking forward to exploring the world of IT auditing and information security management. Okay, so the question that I would like to ask you is that, are you all aware about Yayasan Peneraju, like what Yayasan Peneraju is, or do you guys have any idea about what it is? You can reply in that box. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I mean, if you're not aware, that's fine too. You can tell me that. Okay, so we have a participant here who says that they are aware. Okay, that's great. How about the rest of you? Oh, aware. Okay, good. Okay, I can't seem to see the reply from Kairu Sukorio. Okay. All right. Okay, that's totally fine. I can see that there's a that you guys are aware about it. So let me just just explain a bit further on that. So basically, Yayasan Peneraju is a government organization that is to help the Bumiputra citizens with their education. So we at Infosyte, we are LT, Approved Learning and Training Institution. We offer IT scholarships for Bumiputra students. So this is for those who are 16 years old and above. Okay, so we are offering ISACA courses as well, CISA and CISM. Later, our guest speaker, he will get more in detail with it, but I just want you all to be aware that Infosyte is an LT and we do offer this Yayasan Peneraju course. Okay, so now I would like to get on with the objective of this webinar, of course. As you all know, we want to know the difference, the key difference between CISA and CISM, because it sounds similar, but not really. And our guest speaker later, Mr. Yap, will get back to you all on that, okay? And Infosyte is also ATO, Approved Training Organization for ISACA. So we are certified to teach you all, and of course, we have an accredited trainer with us. So together, you guys can get yourself certified. Points that you guys will be taking away at the end of this webinar is with deep in-depth understanding of what CISA and CISM is and the key differences, of course. So besides that, you will have a look at what your career will be like in Malaysia. What are the cert requirements, the certification requirements for CISA and CISM? Pretty sure they're very different. And then how to prep for the exams that will be coming up for you all later. And our guest speaker will shed light on which certificate would fit your goals, or maybe the career path that you'll be taking later on. So again, I would like to, so the screen is mentioning about the Yayasan Peneraju scholarship. So this will be included in the email as well, so that you can read later on. And of course, if you have any further questions, you can WhatsApp to us at this number, 012-641-2090. Okay? Right now, I have a few questions to ask. I mean, you guys know me already. I'm Priscilla, your host, right? So I'd like to get to know you guys a bit. So how did you guys find out about this webinar? Is it from social media, or is it from your colleagues, or I don't know, maybe you just randomly found it while you're scrolling through social media, but which specific social media is it? I would like to know that. Social media, LinkedIn. Okay, I see. That's great then. LinkedIn also, okay. WhatsApp, okay, all right. So you see, we have different ways of connecting. That's great. Okay, so my next question is, what motivated you to join this webinar? Was it because you were curious about what CISA and CISM is, or maybe you've never heard of what ISACA is, and you're just like, sounds like something I could upskill myself with or something? Was it your curiosity? You want to know more about the CISA cert, specifically CISA, not CISM? Okay, I guess later on you will leave the webinar knowing what is CISA and CISM. Okay, let's hope that you get clear direction to be CISA or better career path. Okay, okay. Which is the best cert to take? Okay, all right. So, Mr. Yap, I hope you're having a look at all these participants. They are very eager to know about the differences and also to find out what is the best cert for their career path. And I hope that you'll be able to help them with this. Okay. So, right, that moves on to my next question. How familiar are you with IT audit and information security roles? Because to me personally, they are something quite new, and I'm like fairly not 100% like knowledgeable in this. So Mr. Yap's webinar is also trying to educate me also at the same time. So we're learning together. Want to know the difference about CISM and CISSP? Okay, this webinar is specifically for CISA and CISM as well. Maybe if you have further questions, later you can email to Mr. Yap, or maybe you can find out about what CISSP is, okay? All right, so I would just like to remind you again that there will be a Q&A session later after the presentation is done. So whatever questions that you have, you can post it in the chat box and we will discuss it later, okay? Don't worry about it. Okay, so all right, thank you everyone for participating. I see all your engines are warmed up and you're very, very eager to know about CISA and CISM certificates, okay? Now I would like to introduce the star of the show. Okay, so he has trained hundreds of certified professionals in multiple fields like Huawei, Dean, CompTIA, Cisco, and now he is Infosyte's very own ISACA accredited trainer. And without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Yap.
Hey, thank you. Okay, so let me share my screen. Hopefully that all of you can see. All of you, are you able to see my screen now? Good. All right. Thank you very much, Kausila and my colleagues. And thanks again for all the participants to take times for 1 hour of your time to actually attend this webinar. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yap. You can call me CY Yap or just call me Yap. So I'm the instructor for the ISACA, CISM, and CISA. So beside ISACA trainers, I also hold other certification. I also do networking. So I'm Cisco IE as well as the Huawei IE, which is the expert in networking. But today our topic will be more on the security. I believe that I see some of the participants here who actually attend my previous webinar before. So welcome back. I'm so grateful to see all of you supporting us. All right, so our title, all right, without further ado, will be on the question, CISA versus CISM. So this topic, I believe that we have chosen because that we have a lot of questions when the participants or potential learners want to know more. The reason is because that if we are going to choose this path, CISA or CISM, I believe most of you already know what you want, and most likely you are in cybersecurity space. Now, this CISA and CISM is a lot of commitment that you are going to put in. So I believe that this is a popular question on this path because that the money that you are going to spend, the financial resources and the time resources that you are going to spend will be quite significant. All right, so what are we going to cover today? We are not going to cover very technical, but I think that the question that most of you would like to ask is that, what is CISA and what is CISM? So I'm going to introduce you to the overall about the CISA and the CISM. Early on, you can see that there's a logo here, which is the ISACA logo. This one here, the ISACA logo. So the ISACA is the organization who organizing this CISA and CISM. So we are going to go through that. Then, very important, the essence is to compare between CISA and CISM. And just now, I think that during the introduction, Cosilla also asked, participant to the reason why you want to join. I see that there's one question is to compare CISM with CISSP. Okay, I'll address that question later on during the Q&A. All right, hold on tight. Next, we are going to look into the career insight. The career is very important because most of the participant or potential candidate who want to go for CISA or CISM would like to go up the career ladder. So what are the role or posts that potentially, if you get the certificate, what are the potential role you will get? And how about the exam? So I'm going to give you some of the information about that. There's a lot of information that's already in ISACA website, so I encourage you to go in and have a look. So I also will show you some of the resources that you are going to use for your training, and I hope that will be beneficial for you. And on item number 4, choosing between CISA and CISM. So once you already have some ideas about CISA and CISM, then you have to have a decision to make. Should I go for the CISA or should I go to CISM? What are the benefits for me to go for either CISA or CISM, or can I take both? All right. Of course, those are the questions that I'm going to address. And finally, we will cover some of the commonly asked questions, most likely that you are going to ask. All right. Now, firstly, let me go through the introduction to CISA and CISM. Now, what you can see from here, the logo of this CISA and CISM is that once you finish your exam and you have get your experience endorsed, then you will have this logo. You are entitled for CISA or the CISM. So these are the title you're going to get. Now, please remember that ISACA have a lot of other certification as well. So these are the 2 common ones. They also have a series, which is for the risk information. They also have the CGAT, all right, which is the governance for the IT. And they also have a CDPSE, which is a Certified Data Privacy Solution for data privacy. So recently, ISACA also launched Security in AI. We are going to concentrate purely on CISA and CISM because these are the 2 most popular certifications so far for now. Okay. Right, so let's look into the overview of the CISA. So the CISA full name is called Certified Information System Auditor. All right, as its name suggests, system auditor basically means that you are going to do a checking, auditing, all right, assurance. So this is a certification to validate expertise in auditing, but we are not talking about the financial auditing, even though many of the CISA certification or certified CISA, they work in the financial institution. And later, I'm going to show you that many of, not only financial institution, many of the enterprise who concerned about their security audit also hire the CISA. So the focus is on the auditing, control, security information system, crucial for risk management and compliance in organization. So compliance is also another very important for multinational company because they have rules and regulations to follow. All right. So what are the key responsible for a CISA professional? Now, as you can see from here, the name already suggests that this is an information system auditor. So the professional who have the CISA will assess and manage information systems. So you are going to go through all the auditing process. You are going to learn about the framework. You are going to learn about all the governance as well as how the management of IT. Now, some of it will be quite technical, but you do not require to do some hands-on. You need to know how the control system work. Right? You are going to look into the development and implementation of the information system. You are going to look into the operation. And because you are going to look into the system, you also will need to look into how the system assist the business. So the business resiliency is important. So these are all the key responsible for CISA. So safeguarding organizational integrity through effective control and audit. So the keyword over here is control and audit. Now, if let's say you already in the field of audit, okay, it can be financial audit. All right, you can also progress to the information system audit. Now, these two, they can be complement each other because many of the auditor also have to go into the financial control to actually check into the system. All right, so I hope that gives you a general idea about what is a CISA, the importance of CISA. Many of the organization, large one, okay, will require CISA. In fact, the industry is lack of this professional. Okay, so these are this overview. Now I need to go through a little bit about why is a CISA and what is a ISACA. ISACA is an organization that has been close to more than 60 years already, so it is not new. And this certification CISA has also been in the industry for many years. Now, what you can see from the screen now is that CISA, all right, has been awarded the best professional certification program. Now, why this is important? Because you are going to invest a lot of your time and money into here in the certification for you to learn and for you to certify. And I can tell you that this certification is not as easy, but it's definitely is worth it. And more important is because that this SC Media Award basically is a security alliance that look into from the security perspective. So it's actually very important for you to know that many of these employer will look for the CISA certification. So if let's say you're looking for a new path, or if let's say you want to go higher in your career path, this is the one here. So it said that it ranked number 9 in Global Knowledge 2022 highest paying cybersecurity certification. So this is the top 10 cybersecurity certification. So we are talking about the financial reward after all your sweat, all your tears that you go through. I mean that I just mentioned this is because that the exam sometimes can be quite difficult. Sometimes you need to do more than one time, but that is something that I believe if let's say you can accomplish it, you will be rewarded. Okay, so this is a statistic that is given. This is not that I mention it. This is already in the what we call the research. The statistic actually show that they are number 9 in Global Knowledge 2022 highest paying cybersecurity certification, and ranked among the highest paying IT certification in the FTSE Partner LLC IT skill, all right, Q1 2022 research audit. So in another word, firstly is that you will become a certified system auditor, information system auditor. Secondly is that with the title, you come with the perk. The perk will be on your higher salary. So this is the statistic that they actually do a research. So again, if let's say you are your path and your target is actually to become a IT audit directors, IT auditors. So before you become the managers or directors, you should have certain title, and this title not only to prove that you have go through a rigorous training as well as your certification, it also comes with experience. Later, I'm going to tell you that what are the experience that's required. Now, if the role that you are planning is on the compliance, on the risk, on the privacy, okay, so CISA will be the right for you. Okay, and if you want to go into become the consultant, all right, for the financial institution, all right, this will be a great certification for you. So there you go. So these are the common career path. If let's say you go for CISA, IT auditor, IT audit directors, compliance officer, compliance manager, risk directors, all right, IT directors, consultants. So these are all the roles that you are looking forward. So the key that you are going to learn in the CISA, many of it is the process of auditing, the governance, the management of IT. All right. The syllabus also cover the implementation of information system. Now, as I mentioned that you do require a little bit of a technical know-how. When I first started, I actually go into the CISM and CISA. I look into the syllabus. Initially, when I look into it, it seems like it's overwhelmed because they cover so many areas. But slowly, when you go through it, you will understand, okay, so these are the processes. All right. So these are the framework that we need to understand and follow. And why this is important for us to protect the information asset. So how to deal with if, let's say, there are certain incident. So all these are important. Okay, so I hope that you understand about the CISA as well as the certification. They are well recognized. Now, moving on, ISACA also have another key certification. It's called CISM. Okay, so this is the security management, certified information security management. So the main purpose over here, all right, certified systems, certified information security manager, focus on information security management, highlighting skill in governance, risk, and incident response. So if let's say you are in GRC, which including the compliance, please remember that CISA and CISM, they are distinct. They also have some overlap. The distinction over here is the CISA is very, very focused on the control and audit. Okay, and CISM is actually higher level. It's more on the governance. As this keyword over here is that it's a governance. It's on the risk management. It's actually on the policymaker on the security side. So they also include incident response, as I mentioned. CISA also will be touching on this as well. For the leader in cybersecurity, the keyword over here is the leaders. So you're already in the security ecosystem, but you may not in the audit firm or in the financial institution, or maybe you are actually quite keen on the general security information rather than just focus on the audit and the control. Okay, but you're already in the audit control, then CISA will be something that you should start first, then slowly go to the CISM. But in your field, you are not really in the control and audit, then you can look for the CISM. Okay, let me look into it. Let me guide you into the next one here is that the key responsible for the CISM professional. So CISM professional lead the development of security policy. You see here is that the policy, the leader, typically in the committee that in a bigger company, they have this security committee, all right, or the department on the IT security. So the CISM will be the leader who lead the team to create the policy, to upkeep the policy, manage the security risk, respond to incident, and align the security strategy with business objective to ensure overall organization security. Now, these are very important. I mean that in the organization, there may be more than one professional who actually do this security policy. Now, remember, many of the organization may have all their devices. They may have the IPS, they might have the firewall, they might have the EDR. All these are the appliances as well as the devices to govern the business. But they need to have some policy on how to use this asset. This is where the CISM professional come in. So CISM professional encompasses a lot of the cybersecurity. So let me give you an idea on what are you going to learn. Firstly is that the governance is very important. So you need to look into the information security governance. You need to look into what are the risk management. That means that you are going to learn all about the risk for the information security. You need to look into the security program as well as the incident management. So there are only 4 domains in the CISM in your exam. And there are 5 domains for CISA. But CISA and CISM, these two, there are some overlap, but majority of them, they are actually quite distinct. Okay. Having said that, I believe that now you should have some ideas on the CISA is on the audit and control, and the CISM is more for leadership. They are more on the policy, security policy maker, managing the risk, managing the incident. Okay, so let me give you another statistic over here. Now, this statistic is similar to what you have on the CISA, and this one has been updated in 2025. You can search for it. So this banner, this banner I captured from the ISACA official website. So in 2023 is nominee for the best professional certification program at the SC Award in Europe, ranked number 2 in the Global Knowledge 2022 highest paying cybersecurity certification. If you still remember just now, I showed you that CISA is ranked number 9, CISM is ranked number 2. So if you are focusing on the financial reward, and not only just the financial reward, but because that your role is really on the information system in general, then congratulations, you found a very good certification that ranked number 2 for the highest paying cybersecurity certification. Now, I believe that those of you who attend my webinar, most likely your background will be on the cybersecurity or related somehow in cybersecurity. So this will be good news for everyone. And CISM ranked in the top 5 in popularity of cybersecurity certification in all regions, including Asia Pacific. So I'm in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, so I will be looking in the context from Malaysia perspective. Now you can go into look for this SCO. In 2025, again, they also have been awarded the best professional certification as well. So they are keep on evolving the certification because the world never stops. Technology is moving, and CISM is also keep on updating their exam as well. So they have to keep the what we call the certification update so that it is relevant. Okay, so now you have some ideas on the CISA, which is more on the auditor. Then the next question, most likely you will ask me, so yeah, what will be the role if let's say I get the CISM? So what are the focus if let's say you have your CISM pass already? Now, firstly, if let's say you envision yourself in another couple of years that you want to become a security officer, such as the chief level, CISO or CSO, for example, then CISM will be a great certification for you. You want to become a consultant. Remember, just I mentioned consultant in CISA. CISM is also the same. So if you want to become a security consultant, security director, security manager, both CISA and CISM will give you the same role and opportunity. But of course, that the CISM encompasses even a larger umbrella. And CISA is focusing mainly on the audit and control. As I mentioned that they cross over as well, some of the topic. So again, common role that you will able to get is like IT directors, managers. All these will be the common one between the CISA and CISM. You can become the risk directors, privacy directors, compliance directors. These are some of the key roles that are common between CISA and CISM. Okay, so I hope that you have some understanding about the distinction between the CISA and the CISM, which is the security manager. Okay, so let's just compare both the CISA and CISM head on. Now, in a nutshell, okay, in a nutshell, what you can see from here, if I just do a summary of here, that CISA emphasis on the audit, control, and assurance of information system, focusing on functionality, compliance, and risk management to ensure organizational integrity. Now, these are important. Please remember that Bank Negara mandated that all the financial institutions need to have the system audit. Financial audit is important for general purpose organization, the PLC, the GRC, the government linked company, GLC. All these are important. So they do require financial audit, as well as a system auditor. If you look into the system auditor, you can see that some of that actually is a financial auditor as well. All right, because their role sometimes actually overlap. Just for your information, I'm also a CPA Australia, so I'm also do financial as well. So this CISA actually helped me in doing my financial auditing as well. Okay, of course, that now I don't do the financial audit, but the background actually allowed me to have a greater insight about the company from the financial perspective as well from the security perspective. Now, if we compare the CISA and the CISM, CISM focus on management and strategy of information security. You notice over here, the two keyword over here is that both of them are information, but this is on the information system. This is on the information security. You see the difference over here. This CISA concentrate on the audit. Changed. Okay, so this emphasize on the audit, and this emphasize on the management and strategy of the security. Okay, so the CISM emphasis on align the security program with business growth and the risk. Again, the risk here, they are the same. So they have some overlapping here and the management practice. So I want to let you know that both the CISA and CISM, if it's possible, go for both. All right. But if you are going to choose one, look for the one that most likely that suit you for current situation. Now, right now, you may be thinking that my ecosystem, majority of my environment is on the control and audit. Okay, so I think that is very clear cut. You are geared toward the CISA. But if let's say now your environment is actually more toward general securities, okay, you are the consultant, maybe you are the system integrator, maybe you actually implement certain security policy, you are doing governance, GRC, all right, risk and compliance, CISM will be the right path for you. So again, as I said that you can take both, or you can start with CISM, then you go to the CISA, or you can start with CISA, then go to CISM. There is no priority which one should go first. It's actually suit you right now. Whichever that suit you right now, based on the environment, based on the syllabus of interest that you have, go for it. All right, so these are the major things on the difference, the key focus on both the CISA and CISM. So I will just pause for a while to see if, let's say, there's any question. Consuela, is there any question from our participant?
At the moment, no, Mr. Yap. I think they're still trying to digest what you're telling them because
so
it's still quite new for them.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Consuela. I have a dedicated session on the Q&A. I just want to make sure that, since I'm a trainer, typically I will just go through and then I'll stop to make sure that I'll check everyone is good. All right, let's move on.
I understand. Yeah, okay.
Okay, no worries. Now, next, I think it's very important is that, okay, so I'm interested on the CISA or I'm interested on the CISM. So how can I move on? I give you some general idea about what is the CISA and the CISM. So now it triggers you saying that, hey, I want the financial reward. I want the role. I think that role currently, there is a lot of opportunity. I want to go for it. So, okay. Now, Yap intrigued me. I want to look into what I can do the next step. So the next step over here is to check on your eligibility for both the CISA and CISM. Now, let me be very clear with all the participants over here. Both the CISA and CISM have a barrier of entry. What means by barrier of entry? Now, first here is that to be eligible for CISA, candidate typically need relevant work experience. So the work experience actually is an experience related to control or audit if you are looking for CISA, and the policymakers governance risk in the CISM. Typically is 5 years. So this is the barrier of entry. Now I'm going to say that it's barrier, it's just a requirement. Because this certification is not for somebody just fresh from the university where they have no experience. They can still take the exam if they wish to. but they may not get the full CISA and the CISM badge. So here it said that you need to have experience in the audit control and the security along with commitment of ongoing professional development. So what it means over here is that you really need to get your certification. Once you pass it, then you are going to have your, please let me change back to here. Okay. You need to have the professional development, which is the CPE, continuous professional education. So basically, in a nutshell, you take your study, all right? Your study can be in the training center, or you can self-learn, take the exam, and then you have your experience. If you don't have the experience now, you need to accumulate 5 years experience. If you already have your experience, then you need to get another CISA or the CISM to certify that the experience that you mentioned is true. Then you apply under the ISACA, ISACA approved, then you can become the CISA or CISM officially. Now, after you become CISA and CISM officially, then you still need to go for a 20 CPE continuous, professional education for you to maintain your certification. Because you cannot just pass your exam and forget about it. You need to practice it. You need to attend the seminars. You need to attend the training. I'm going to cover that a little bit later on. But these are the important factors before you even say that, okay, I'm convinced. I want to go for the CISA. I want to become the CISO. I want to become the IT security. Hold on your horse. Let me actually click on this link. And I would like to show you, sorry. Hold on. Let me give you the link here first. I'll show you what are the requirements. So this is from ISACA. Okay. So the requirements. So what are the requirements to become a CISA certified? So if you can see here, let me expand it. So you can see that first you need to pass your CISA exam, apply for the cert within 5-year window after passing the exam. Okay, that means that if let's say you have 0 experience, okay, now you work for 5 years, then you go for it, then you apply for it because you have 0 experience. You do not need to wait for the 5 years if you already have some experience. They do require to have this 5 years of audit control assurance. Now, if let's say you are not in the audit line, then can I still go forward? As I said that, yes, you can. All right, you can, as long as it's relevant. So what are the relevant? You can have a look later on. So then you need to have another CISA certified to actually verify to sign off your experience. Okay, so these are the steps on how to become certified. So you can see over here, it said that a minimum of 2 years must be from at least one of the 5 CISA job practice domain. Remember, I said that you do not necessarily must be in the audit firm, but if let's say out of the 5 domain, we'll have one of it, okay, at least one of the 5 CISA job practice, then you are good. So, and you also have general experience optional for 1 year. If let's say you work in the general information system or financial audit experience, so you instead of 5 years, 1 year is actually being waived. Then you also have this education. If let's say you have other certification that is listed over here, you also can have waived 1 year. So which means that from 5 years, you work in a general financial audit, 1 year you are waived. Then if you have all these like the masters, or you have the CIMA, or you have ACCA, CIMA and ACCA, you have 2 years because CISA is actually for auditors. So you can actually waive 2 years. You see that? But you need to make sure that you are the full certified for you to waive this. And you need to have experience that is being able to verify. Now, these are the requirements, and I hope that that will not put you off, because CISA or CISM is not a entry-level certification. It's a highly regarded certification. Now, next we have the CISM. If you look into the CISM, okay, so require candidate to have significant experience in information security management, encompassing risk governance, incidents, ensure thorough understanding of the field. again, if I click on this link, okay, I'll pass the link later on to Priscilla and ask her to pass to you, or else you can just go from now. You can see that the link is ISACA.org, what the requirement to become CISM certified. So again, you can see that it's a 5 years experience. But if you look into the domain here, you can see that the domain here is that general information system working experience, minimum 2 years. And you also can actually have a waive of your working experience. If let's say you already have a CISA, if you already have a CISA, 2 years is being waived already. If you have CISSP, also have 2 years waived already. Okay, and you should have, if you have this one, you also can get 2 years waiver. And if let's say you have like GIAC and CSE, Security Plus, then you have 1 year. All right, so I do not want to just repeat what is stated in the website. You can have a look. But what I want to mention over here is that this come with the CISA and CISM come with a certain entry that you require to meet. Okay. So these are the eligible for you. Okay. So I have Cairo here. How about 1 year experience in an auditor? Okay. So again, if let's say you have a general security system, then no problem. You also can able to waive as long as you put it in. Generally, the experience I have is as long as you put into the word that you are actually related, your job is related to information system. Generally, they will waive it. Okay, so I hope I answer you, Mr. Cairo. Okay, now these are some of the. Thank you. So the membership, if let's say you want to go for the ISACA, you do need to pay for the membership. So I have to tell you that you join member have its own benefit. So this is the ISACA membership. So just now I mentioned that first is your requirement that you need to meet for you to become fully qualified, become CISA or CISM. Of course, that you need to pass the exam. And after you pass the exam, there are two fees that you need to pay. One is the ISACA membership that you need to pay annually. Then you also need to pay for the maintenance, which is not very expensive, but $50 around there for one certification. If you have both, then you have to pay roughly about $100. The more certification that you have on ISACA, the more that you need to pay. But the membership you need to pay annually. Okay, so these are the membership ISACA. So in another word, if let's say you already pass your exam fully qualified, then you can afford this fees. It's not too expensive, it's about $150. Okay, right. Okay, let me see here. Dr. Lee, can CISM and CISA cover all tower? Okay, that is a very good question, Dr. Lee. Now, ISO 27001 is another certification by ISO organization. So these are complement, but they actually are not related. So both the CISM and the CISA is actually certification by ISACA, whereas for the 27001 is by ISO. They have some overlapping. So my advice is, let's say, Dr. Lee, if you want to, if your client or yourself are working in an organization who are in IT securities, all right. In fact, there are a few certifications that many of us actually will look into: CISA, CISM, ISO 27001, and CISSP. Okay. So would that be covered? Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Yap. There was another one more question by Mr. Hamza. He asked what does it mean by waiver and waiver form?
The waiver you can apply through once you already finish your certification. When you apply for the what we call the certification, then you can able to submit your evidence. They will go through the process. You need to submit the what we call the evidence that you have, the masters, the ACCA, or the CIMA, all those the cert for the ISACA to verify. Then they will give you the waivers. I hope that answer you. Okay, the waiver is actually from ISACA, yeah. So that's the keyword here. All right, thank you. Okay, next. Now, I think that end of the day, most of our audience would like to know here is that, show me the money, show me my career, because, we invest time, we invest our effort to burn our weekend with our family. So, show me what is the salary like. So I'm going to show you here is that the professional in CISA and CISM, anyone want to guess that which one have more opportunity? You think that CISA or CISM? Can you just put it into the chat box here? How many of you think that is CISA? You put one, they have more opportunity. How many of you think that CISM is the more popular one in Malaysia context? Or you put number 2. CISA number 1, CISM number 2. Put 1 or 2. Oh, okay. CISM. Wow, CISM. Oh, so okay. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm going to click on this link. I just want to show you that this one is actually a actual link that I go to JobStreet. Okay, so I just go to JobStreet. So I just look for the CISA job here. Okay, my JobStreet CISA job. There are about 192 jobs. 192 jobs for the CISA. That means that this job description, they actually mention about the CISA. So as a general idea, who is actually hiring? The first one here is MCMC. So you can see that network security compliance 4 days ago, analyst IT security from SanDisk. This is in Penang. Then you have a IT governance and risk. Okay, so some of them, they actually show you the salary. So it said that it's about 15 to 18,000 per month. Then you have Huawei. Okay, so they're also looking for is CISA, CTC, Hayes, okay, MCMC again. MCMC hire a lot. Bank Simpanan Nasional, CISO, you can see. So CTC, Indawater, Toyota. Now, those that actually hiring is not a small and medium size. Most of that are major enterprise or government linked company. All right, so you can have a look here. I just want to show you here is that the number of posts that you're able to see from here. So if I go in to the job listing, you're able to see they did mention about the requirement. Let's see here. So yeah. So this one, somewhere they mentioned about the CISA. So of course, that they also have other requirements, but these are the CISA job. Okay, so 100, close to 200. Okay, around 200 currently. So how about the CISM? So let me click on the CISM here. I'll show you how the CISM job scope like. So let's see who actually get it correctly. Okay, so the answer is number 1 here. That means that CISA role is more in demand than the CISM. Okay, so just now the CISA closed about 200, 190 plus, and the CISM is about 100 role. Okay, IT security executive, analyst, BSN. You can see that some of that actually is the same, because as I mentioned, that CISM and CISA sometimes they do have overlap. So security engineer, IT, all right, so network consultant. So there is the money that they actually show, the salary per month. Of course, that this one just a rough ideas on how much that they can earn. ID auditors, assistant. This is from Genting, CTC. Okay, so you can have a look here. So these are some of the position that you will get. So again, I'm actually connect to the internet live to actually show you from Malaysia context. So now think about it. You invest time and money in the CISA, you are in the FSI, mainly on FSI, you have more opportunity. Of course, that sometimes is actually on season, they have more, sometimes have less. But generally, the job vacancy is always there. And I'm only looking into jobs where I haven't go into other portal due to the time constraint. So I really hope that you have a better ideas. Okay, so what are the preparation for the CISA and the CISM? I think that very important. You need to go for your classes, and then of course that if let's say you are come from the webinar, Infosyte is one of the ATO as mentioned on by Ms. Cosilla. So you can buy your own material. Okay, that means that you do self-learn, and roughly, I can tell you that, from my experience is that you need to learn about 2 to 4 months, depend on your schedule. okay, you need to practice a lot of questions. So the exam is about 4 hours, 150 questions, or multiple choice. So you will say that, oh, multiple choice, can I actually just, mini, mo, and if I do not know, I just click one of that answer? Of course, yes, you can. But I can tell you that the answer are quite similar. All right, they give you a question, the answer are very similar, and you will see that all the answers are correct. So if you are not really careful, you will choose the wrong answer. All right, and this can be quite tough. So both basically for the CISA and the CISM are the same. So go to your ATO, which is Infosyte. Go for your exam center. Exam center is under PSI. So Infosyte is also one of the exam center under the PSI. So we are one-stop solution. You come here, you take your training. Just now, Kosila also mentioned that we have Yayasan Peneraju. If let's say you are eligible for Yayasan Peneraju, else then you can go for HRDC, HRDF funding. You can claim back from HRDF, or you can be self-funded if let's say you are none of the above. Okay, so as I said that long-term on the control, go for the CISA. Okay, if let's say you want to go for the general CISO position, go for the CISA. But if you ask me, go for both. Okay, if you have the resources in time and money. And okay, so this will be the very final one already. A summary pro and cons over here. CISA certification enhance the skill in IT auditing, control, and governance. So the keyword keep on repeating. So I hope that right now you already know that CISA is on control, on audit, on governance. All right, so I'll also show you where the job market is, the vacancy on the CISA role and the CISM. CISM focus on information security management and risk management. So that is the CISM. Now, as I said that both of them are focuses on different area, but the common is still on the information security. CISA more on the control, on the assurance, on the audit. CISM more on the general information system security and the risk. Now, talking about the visa, the CISA and the CISM exam fees are slightly more expensive, about $660, and the CISA, the exam fees is about $575. Now, you can join their membership so that you can get a reduced price. If you have not a member on the CISA or the ISACA member, your fees can be highest. All right. So the application for the CISA and CISM, you still need to pay per exam is $50. And once you pass everything, you need to pay the membership $150. And annual maintenance per certification is $45. You can see that it's all about US dollar, and it's all about money. But think about that. This is your investment in yourself. Okay, I take a lot of the certification. I don't see that as an expense. I see that is the investment on myself so that I can climb up the corporate ladders as well as I can be a consultant as well. Okay, so also remember that once you pass your certification, you need to maintain a CPE, which is the continuous professional education for you need to maintain for 3 years. If let's say you don't maintain the 20 CPE for 3 years, they can kick you out from the certification. So it's very important for you to maintain it, which is not typical. Attend seminars, attend the local chapter of Malaysia ISACA chapters, or you can take another exam that will also give you additional CPE. Okay, so with that, I hope that, sorry that this one took too long. I exceeded a little bit. So let's come to the very exciting part here, which is the Q&A. So let's open for Q&A. Right, so let's have a look. So I would just ask Kosila. All right, so is there any new question?
Okay, I would like to ask regarding the CPE that you mentioned earlier. Is it possible for me, if let's say I do take up the certifications, right? Can I use the same CPE hours for both the certifications?
Yeah, you can. You can use both the CPE for your certification for both. No problem at all. Yeah.
Okay, then
It
I do have to
apply for both CISA and the CISM.
Oh, okay, all right. Then I have to renew the certifications, both of them annually, is it?
Yes, you have to, and you have to pay
Okay.
twice, one for CISA and one for CISM.
Oh, okay, separate fees. Okay, got it,
Yeah,
okay.
separately.
Those are the questions from me. Okay, there's one question from Mr. Hamza again. All right.
Can we consider CISM as the implementer of information practice, CISA as check and balance? Okay, in a way, yes, Mr. Hamza. So the CISM is more on the higher level. So the policy, the decision on how the security practices, yes, you actually frame it right. And the CISA is more on the control and the audit. So that is also true. Yeah. So you have been, you understand this one. So the standard, you can actually, like, for example, I think just now Dr. Lee mentioned about the ISO standard. So these are the standard that by organization, not all organization will have the ISO standard, but if let's say that organization already have this ISO standard in place, then the CISA have to comply with the standard. So all the process and the procedure need to follow the ISO standard. So the ISO is a framework, but CISA is the one who actually make sure that the organization follow the ISO standard. Okay, I hope that answer you. All right, Mr. Hamza. Thank you. Any other question?
Okay, there's
And
one
the
more.
CPE. Oh, okay, so yes, in the CPE, continuous education, professional education, continuous professional education is actually not only for the IT or security related. They can be attending a seminar. Of course, that this seminar is by the ISACA, or you can take the exam, as well as if let's say your CPE is under the CPE, when you fill out the information, they will have a list of related activity that you can earn the CPE. Not everything can be earned CPE. So majority of it is like you taking exam, you attend seminar, that will be a CPE. It is already listed once you take your you already is a member. They will have a form for you to keep, right? So you once you pass it, you're able to see that. All right, thanks. Is the CISM exam question is very tricky compared to CISA? Okay, Eddie. All right. To be honest, both of them are tricky. Because this is a very high stake certification. These are very what we call the high level certification. The way that for you to pass the trick over here is that you have to do as many questions as possible. ISACA have this question and answer that you can purchase. Of course, that the question and answer is not exactly similar, not exactly as in that, it's like dumb from your exam, but they want you to learn why that the answer is like that. So they will give you, you can buy this from ISACA store. ISACA store, you just go to store.isaka.org. You can able to purchase this Q&A. So I always advise that get they call it a Q&A, get it from the ISACA store, do as many questions as possible, the chances will be highest. Now, nothing to prevent you from, if you are not prepared, you go for, because nobody will say that they are 100% prepared. There's no perfect time for you to take the exam, and there is no perfect time to say that, okay, so people are passing now is the time for me to actually go for the exam. No such thing, because the pool of the question is enormous. So you do not know what question will be come up. The only way for you to pass is to make sure that you cover all the syllabus by the ISACA, CISA, and the CISM, and then you do a lot of practice question. The tips over here is you have to do question and more. You have to do more, as many as possible. Then you will have a lot of confidence, and you know that why this answer is right and why this answer is wrong. Okay, so the format of the question is always one question, four option, A, B, C, D. One of them will be correct one. Okay, so that is the multiple choice that you are going to have. So you do not need to memorize or write some essay. Right, so I hope that answer you. Okay, so if I missed the explanation regarding the removal process, okay, So the renewal process is pretty simple because you have 3 years for you to comply your 20 CPE hours. Every 3 years, you need to make sure that you cover the 20 CPEs hour. And every year you need to pay for the maintenance. The maintenance is $45. Right? So for every year, every subject. So if you have taken, you will have both CISA and CISM, and then you have to pay $90 every year. Okay. So you can't maintain. Okay, the renewal require you for the CPE for 3 years. So you need to make sure that in 3 years, you need to meet the requirement. Okay. Some about CPE that are endorsed by MBOT or cybersecurity, can it be used? Okay, this part I am not sure. So, Consuela, can you please take down this later, if it's possible? Cairo, please drop an email to Ms. Consuela. I'll try to answer you because I have no idea about this. So sorry about that. Okay, other than that, is there any other question? That's now it's already 11 minutes past 12.
Yeah, I think maybe we can, due to time constraint, maybe we can, they can get in touch with you personally. Since you guys have already registered, we do have your details. So maybe, or you can WhatsApp to us as well, and we can shoot your questions to Mr. Yap. No worries about it, okay? And yeah, Mr. Yap, I got down the question already, so I'll send it to you later. Remember, Yayasan Peneraju is only open to the Bumiputra citizens. So if you feel like you're not qualified for that, you can still come and learn directly from us, okay? So the screen is showing the Yayasan Peneraju program. So if you're interested in that, and maybe if you have more questions, then you can WhatsApp to us. The number is right there, 012-641-2009. Or maybe, let's say, this does not, like I said, suit you. Then remember, you can come to us directly. We are HRDC claimable, okay? So, or if let's say you have any questions, number is right there, 012-641-2009, okay? Yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. So thank you so much for joining and for listening and for staying until the end. Your participation means a lot to us. So just remember, we do have webinars monthly. So just follow us on our social media. We are Infosyte at LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, we're just about everywhere. Even YouTube, yeah. So you guys can just scroll around and just stay tuned for our webinars because I'm pretty sure we have another one upcoming next month, okay? So you can join us next month as well. So I guess that's about it. See you all, take care, and see you next time.